Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Let's have a look at problem 572, Subtree of Another Tree. So this problem is marked as easy by Leetcode. However, this is a very interesting problem. So here we are given two treatments. One is recursion and the other is serialization and check substring. So both the treatments are based on traversal. First, let's read through the statement to digest the problem requirement, and then we do the analysis, and finally we share the codes. First, let's look at the statement. Given the root of two binary trees, one is called root and the other is called subroot. Return true if there is a subtree of root with the same structure and node values of subroot, and false otherwise. So the second paragraph actually is crucially important for this problem. A subtree of a binary tree called tree is a tree that consists of a node in tree and all of this node's descendants. The tree denoted by tree could also be considered as a subtree of itself. So let's look at the two examples with some distinction. So in example 1, so the return is true. So we have a node 4 in the first tree, and then 4, 1, 2 is identical with the subroot. So if we consider the subtree in the root rooted at 4, we need to consider all the descendants of this tree. So due to this assumption, so we know that in example 2, so the subtree is not so we need to return false. So though we have a piece that is 4, 1, 2 in the root, so which is identical to the subroot. However, due to the zero leaf, so we cannot see the tree rooted and the 4 in the root is identical to the subroot. So in this case, we return false. So this is actually a subtle point. So with that said, so we can look at the constraints, or we can regard this as additional assumptions. First, the number of nodes in the tree root is in the range given by the closed interval 1 and 2000. So this actually gives us the problem set's upper bound. So the number of nodes in the subroot tree is in the range 1 up to 1000. The root value is in between negative 10 to the power 4 and 10 to the power 4. In particular, the root value can be negative. So the subroot value is also in the same range. So with that said, we are ready to do the analysis. So as we mentioned at the very beginning, so we are going to share two treatments. One is based on recursion. So here for recursion, because tree here is a recursive abstract data type, so recursion is a natural choice. The second one is might be not that straightforward. So we are going to consider using serialization and check substring. So actually both the two treatments are based on binary tree traversal. So let's first look at the treatment 1. So for recursion, this is very straightforward due to the problem definition of subtree. So notice that a subtree of a binary tree, let's call it tree, so it's a tree that consists of a node in the tree and all of this node's descendants. This is all is very important. Notice in particular in example 2, so this case, so we might be think, there's a part that is identical to the subroot, but due to the definition here, we need to return false for this example. So in order to use recursion, actually it's very straightforward. We could write a Boolean function, let's call it f. So we accept two root nodes, one is sub, one is full. So this positional argument, the position's relative position is important. So we want to check if sub is a subtree of full in the sense of this problem. So besides edge cases, the general logic is that, so if we have that the root values are the same, and also the subtree, the sub left is identical to the full left, and the sub right is identical to the full right. Now this is a condition for the sub is a subtree of foo, or actually this is check if they are identical, right? So to check if a tree is a subtree of foo, so here let's modify the wording a little bit. This is to check if sub and foo are identical, right? So let me change this a little bit. In structure and the corresponding value. In graph language, it's isomorphism. So next, we just need to do traversal of the root to examine the function, right? Let's first write a code for this first treatment, right? So for this, I'm going to follow the above explanation verbosely. So first, I'm going to write a function. So write a hyperfunction to check identical, right? So this is actually very easy. So if we regard that the sub and foo to be identical, actually the position of the two arguments are not that essential. But because we want to traverse the root, we still distinguish this one, right? Let's write sub and foo. So we're going to check if these two are identical. So first, let's see if not sub and not foo. So in this case, so we're going to return true, right? Otherwise, so it's complement of this if. So if sub, if not sub, or not foo, so we're going to return false, right? Because the complement of the first if is that either sub or foo is not null. So if not sub, in other words, this is null, or if not foo, foo is null, the other is not null, so we need to return false, because we are comparing a null tree and a non-null tree. So with that said, let's look at the generic case. So this is actually very straightforward. So we're going to return sub value equals foo value, and so here notice the logic. So f sub left, foo left, and so f sub right and foo right. So this is the hyperfunction we're going to use. So next we just need to traverse the whole tree, the larger tree, so that's the root. So for this, actually we can do a number of different traversals. Here let me do say depth first search. So here let's see, well, s so we're going to get foo equals s pop. So I initially use this s to be root due to the assumption that the number of nodes in the root tree is bounded below by 1. In other words, root itself is not null. So we get this. We're going to check if f subroot and this foo. If this is true, we're going to return, right? So return true. So otherwise, so we just do the standard traversal. So we're going to add, so if foo right. So here notice that I'm going to first add a right, right? So if this is true, it's not null, so we're going to add this, right? So then we check left. So we're going to append not foo right, foo left. So if after this while loop nothing has returned, so we're going to return false. So this is one version of solution to this problem. Now let's look at a check. Yeah, it passes the first example. Now let's look at the generic case. It passes all the generic cases. So this is one version of solution. So next we want to present another version of solution based on serialization and match substring. So overall, the second version is still based on traversal. So let me do some briefing. So here, let's define a function. Let's call it serialization or pre-order traversal. So this function maps given a root as argument. It will be returning a serialization of the tree represented by root. However, so here we need to consider two pre-order traversal. Then the overall sorting is that the subroot is a subtree of root in the sense of this problem if and only if the serialization of the subroot is a substring of the serialization of the root. However, the problem or the tricky part is that the serialization is not trivial, right? For example, we need to distinguish the case. For example, in example 1, so we have a piece. So let's look at the subroot. We have a root 4. So we have two leaves, 1 and 2. So if we just use a very naive serialization, so we will get 4, 1, 2, right? So this will be something like this, 4, 1, 2. This is a string. However, if we have a root 4 and then we have only one leaf with value 12, so we will have the same serialization, right? So in other words, we need to distinguish this case. So one is something like we have a root and then we have so we have a root, we have two child, and then we have a root, so we have one child, so then we have a null. So in the example 1, so here to do serialization, so we can use so we can try to use stop character. Let's see, pound. You can choose any, or separation character like star or something else. So with that said, let's look at the second version. So this is actually also two-step procedure. First, I'm going to write a function to yield the serialization of a tree. And then we are going to do serialization for root and subroot and then compare the resulted string. So for this, let me first initialize a result variable. So this is an immutable one. So we are going to define a hyperfunction to monitor this one, modify this one. So we are called serialization. So the argument is a node representing a tree. So first, so typically we can do non-local result, but here we do not need to do this because result is mutable, right? So with that said, so let's first do one thing. So check very simple case, if not node. So in this case, so we're going to do something like this. Let's see, regard this pound as stop condition, right? So for this, and then what we are going to do is to return, right? So this is the one base case. So next, so if the node is not empty, first I'm going to add this part. So we are going to result append. So we are going to add some star. So because the nodes values are just the numbers, right? We just need to choose something which does not coincide with the values if we do string type conversion. So here I'm going to do things like this. We're going to string node value, right? So this is one case. So next, because we are doing pre-order traversal, we are going to do serialization for node left, right? And then serialization for node right, right? So after this, so we actually modified the result. So if we call this serialization function or worker, so we will get a serialization corresponding to the argument, right? So step 2, so call the hyperfunction and string match or string comparison. So here string comparison is to check substring, right? So first we are going to do pre-order, let's see, serialization, right? Serialization of say root. Then we're going to get let's call the string. Let's give a name, root string. Let's see. So it's going to be the list of so let's just use we need to let's call it result copy, right? Let's do this, and then what we're going to do is that, so we are going to clear the result state, and then we call the second time, so but for subroot, right? So then we're going to get subroot string, right? So it's a result copy. So next we just need to make a comparison of these two. So here let's first print serialization of root string to give you a feeling. So this is the serialization, right? So in order to compare the substring, so we can actually do a joint operation. So let's return. So we want to check. So we join subroot string. So we to check if this is in, right? So join root string. That's what we want to do. So this is actually the second solution format or treatment. So let's first do a check. Yeah, it passes the first example. Let me also print out this. Let's see. Print root string and subroot string to make you have a feeling about the serialization, right? So this is the serialization, right? So let's comment this out and do a generic check. Yeah, it passes all the test cases. So here, actually, we just read in such a format. Actually, you can write this serialization to make it return the result, and then you just directly call, right, without using the clear. So, but these methods are good to know, right? So with that said, I guess that's about it for this easy problem. Thank you.